Someone you love is gone. The body is still there. The warmth has left it. And you are standing beside it, completely unsure what to do next. That moment, that awful pause between a life ending and the world moving on, is one of the oldest experiences in the human story. And what your ancestors did in that pause will completely change how you think about what it means to be human. Because here is the thing. The urge to honor the dead is not a product of civilization. It is not something religion invented. It is older than language, older than farming. It may be older than your species itself. In 2015, deep inside a cave system in South Africa, paleoanthropologist Lee Berger and his team discovered the remains of at least 15 individuals of a species called Homo naledi. Their brains were roughly a third the size of yours. By every traditional measure, they were considered too primitive to think symbolically, too simple to grieve. And yet, someone carried their dead deep into that cave, over and over again. The only explanation that fits is that these small-brained ancient hominins were deliberately placing their dead in a specific, hidden location. They were doing something with death, something intentional. Now move forward about 100,000 years. At Skull Cave in Israel, researchers found a man buried with a boar's jaw placed deliberately in his arms, not discarded, positioned, given something to hold. Why a boar's jaw? No one knows for certain, but the act of placing an object with a body tells you something enormous. It tells you that the people who buried him believed something about what came after, or they wanted to say something about who he had been. They were not managing a corpse. They were telling a story. At Sungir, a site in Russia dating back 34,000 years, archaeologists found 2 children buried head to head, their bodies covered in more than 13,000 hand-carved mammoth ivory beads. If you calculate the labor involved, it represents thousands of hours of work, poured into the burial of children who never reached adulthood. Grief is not a side effect of love. It is the evidence of it. Anthropologist Mary C. Steiner argues that mortuary ritual is one of the clearest signs a group has moved beyond pure survival thinking. When a community stops to honor its dead, when it invests time and resources into a burial, it is choosing symbolic action over practical efficiency. That is exactly what makes humans different from every other animal on Earth. Your ancestors did not bury their dead because it was useful. They buried their dead because something in them could not simply walk away, and that something is still in you. When you feel the pull to mark a death, to gather, to speak, to return to a grave, you're not following a social convention. You're answering a call written into your biology. You're doing what the people of Skull Cave did, what the community at Sungir did, what an ancient hominin did when they carried a body deep into the dark of the rising star cave. You are saying, this life was real. This person was here, and the fact that they are gone does not make them nothing. Tonight, or someday soon, you will think about someone who is no longer here, and you will feel that pull to do something with the weight of it, to mark it, to speak it. That pull is not weakness. It is not irrational. It is 300,000 years of being human, moving through you. And just like that ancient figure carrying a body into the dark, far beneath the surface of the world, you already know exactly what to do.